Alright, hi YouTube, it's Anna Couture 16, and it's like 11 at night, and I'm kind of tired that I wanted to make this video before I go to bed because I'll work in the morning. So, this is just going to be a couple tips that I found were helpful to me when I was starting my lock journey. So I thought I would share them with you guys. Just a lot of advice that I found helps me, so I'm just going to kind of get right to it. Before you start your locks, I would highly suggest to do a lot of research. It's really important to know what you're getting yourself into, know the precautions, what loctician you're going to use, if you're going to use one. If you're going to do it yourself, then you need to research on how you're going to start them, what method you're going to use, what method is best for your hair texture and for your lifestyle. There's a whole bunch of different ways: comb coils, two-strand twist, interlocking, crochet if you have really straight textured hair, braids, freeform. So if you make sure you know what you're going to do beforehand, because you might realize that it's not what you kind of thought it was or bargained for once it's already finished. You can't really change after your hair is locked unless you want to comb them out, and that takes forever, or just kind of cut them up and start over. So do a lot of research. Also research on different products that are good for locks. I mean, you can't really tell unless you use them on your locks, but it's always good to know beforehand so you are not disappointed in the long run if you don't get the right results because you didn't research at all. Also, I kind of dyed my hair. You can finally see it. I realized. Sorry. You can't tell in pictures or on when I'm like Skyping, but you can tell, I think, a little bit. It's like plum something. But it made my hair really frizzy and yeah, really frizzy, so I had to go and tighten them up using the needle method that I showed you in the last video. So it's like yeah, you can finally tell a little bit, I guess. It's lighter. Not a lot of people have noticed, but I'm kind of glad because I wanted it really settled. So anyways, tip number 2 is mentally prepare yourself for what you're getting yourself into. It's part of your research. Mentally prepare yourself. Make sure you're in the right state of mind. Make sure your lifestyle is going to accommodate to it well. Make sure a lot of people I've heard start the log journey in this fall winter times because it's cozy season and people wear hats, and so if they're in that insecure ugly stage, there were a lot of hats and scarves to kind of cover that stage if you're insecure about that. I don't think there's any ugly stage, honestly. My hair looks rough some days, but that's part of the process. So I just embrace all of it. I'm not trying to hide what, but that's up to you. So if you're kind of insecure, a lot of people, their hair shorter, they're a little insecure about that. So starting around this time would be good. So your hair is longer for the summer, or matured by the summer. Make sure locks are actually what you want, because once you have them, it's really hard to comb them out. It's definitely possible you can comb out locks, but it's about the commitment, honestly. That's me personally. Locks are about commitment. So if you're not ready to commit, don't do it. But if you really I really want locks, don't wait years and years and years, because those years and years and years that you're waiting is years and years and years of growth and experiencing it. And then when you do get them, you're like, oh, I wish I would have got them a long time ago. I've heard that a lot. I wish I got mine a long time ago, because I've seen people who've had their hair for like their whole lives, and it's like gorgeous. So if you're thinking about doing locks, go for it, but at the same time commit to it. I've heard people with like 5 lock journeys because they just combed them out after 5 months and then re-got them, then combed them out for 6 months, and it's like, what? I don't understand that, but I mean, to each his own. Another tip is, I wouldn't wash your hair for the first 3 weeks to a month. I think I did wash mine after a month, exactly a month. But you can, um, your scalp might get a little bit itchy, so witch hazel is amazing. Just put it on a cotton ball or something, and wherever it itches, just stab it there, and it'll hydrate your scalp and take away the itchiness and make your scalp feel really clean. You can use sea breeze. You can get that at like your local beauty supply store or Sally's or whatever. But that's a little bit strong on my hair. Like it burns my scalp a little bit, so I have to dilute it with witch hazel or water. But that works really good too. Only put that on your scalp, and I learned that helps a lot. A lot of people do dry shampoos, but you never know how much you can get out of your locks when you're putting it in, because you do have to rinse it out and stuff. So um, the lady, I went and I looked for a dry shampoo right when I got my locks, and she gave me the spray kind, and I brought it home, and it's like you have to comb it out. I'm like, I can't comb my hair, so I returned it. But you can get there's like a gel kind organic root stimulator, or one of those. It's purple. Um, but I only used it a couple times because I didn't know how much was staying in my locks, and it kind of bothered me because the only way you're supposed to get it out is if you wet a towel and squeeze your locks, but it gets into your locks. So that's up to you. I don't know. But one of my best hair washing tips for starter locks is the first 1 to 3, depends on how fast your hair is locking. I only washed at once a month. So keep that in mind. But so every like the first 3 washes, I washed my hair with a stocking cap over it, and it kept the curls intact really well. There was no unraveling. Um, I would put the shampoo in my scalp and in my hair, put the stocking cap on, and then massage my scalp and all that good stuff with the stocking cap on, and then I'll take the stocking cap off. This is very important. Take the stocking cap off and then rinse your hair again, because the stocking cap will keep in all the hair and lint and foreign objects. It'll keep them on the surface of your locks. I took off my stocking cap after I rinsed my hair, and there was a whole bunch of, well, not a whole bunch, but like lint and stuff on this top because it couldn't get through the material of the stocking cap. So take it off and then rinse again, and then it will keep your hair intact. You won't have any unraveling. It's a lifesaver. And um, along with washing, I realized you shouldn't overwash the first probably like 3 months, but after that, I would wash on a pretty regular basis, because I realized the more I washed my hair, the faster my hair would lock. I would notice almost immediately that my hair was locking faster after washing it, like once a week or something like that, because your hair has to mat up and squish together and tingle, like entwine. And that's the perfect time to do it when you're washing your hair. There's a lot of movement. It locks your hair a lot faster. So don't go months and months without washing your hair. I've seen a lot of people do that, and like, I don't know why my hair isn't locking. It's because your hair is not moving. It's because you're keeping it in the same like style every day. You're keeping it pinned up in the same way every day. You're using the same scarf every day, and your hair's not moving, so it can't lock. Um, Make sure, another tip is products. Make sure you find products that are good for your hair texture, good for your hair. I went the natural route, so I'm just using a lot of oils, aloe vera, and natural products. If I like it, I know I read the ingredients on what I put in my hair, and if I can't pronounce it, I'm not putting in my hair because it's some weird chemical and whatnot. So that's another thing you consider. And do not retwist as often as a lot of people say you do. It will, from the jump, thin out your locks and make them thinner than what they're not supposed to be. I was told to retwist. I was told by my electrician to come in every 2 weeks, and I was like, hell no, I'm not gonna get my hair retwisted and put all this stuff in my hair every 2 weeks. Go ahead if you want to, if you're on that, freshly maintained, groomed locks, but I would rather have thick, nappy. I don't get people call me nappy all the time. I don't care. I want edges. I mean, I know I have a big forehead, so I need all the edges I can get. I don't want thin edges because I'm just twisting and retwisting and twisting. Your hair is gonna lock on its own no matter what, no matter if you retwist or not. It's going to. So I separate at the roots, and if you want them clean and tidy, do the first couple of rows. That's gonna thin those out, but do what you have to do. But I haven't retwisted more than once a month since I got them, and I'm gonna go less than that. So if you want healthy locks, I wouldn't keep retwisting them. And chemically wise, I probably shouldn't have dyed my hair, but I did because I was really restless. But probably shouldn't do that until they're actually locked. Because I noticed a lot of stray hairs and frizz. I just cleaned them up with the needle method today, but I've noticed a lot of more damaging to my hair already, and I've only dyed it once. So if you want healthy locks, I suggest less is more, honestly. Like, so many locticians say your hair's not gonna lock if you don't get like a retwist once a week or every 2 weeks at first. No, they're just doing that so they can get service and so that your low curls stay in line. They're gonna stay in line. All you have to do is, pull them apart so they're not growing together. If they're not growing together, they're fine. I mean, you don't need a full retwist every 2 weeks. Like, that is seriously gonna thin out your hair. Then I see people with really, really long dreads, but their roots are like a shoestring with these big long dreads hanging up from them, and it just it hurts it gives me a headache because I'm like, doesn't that hurt? Isn't that heavy? Because there's so much weight on this little teeny string of root, and that's just from over twisting and whatnot. So those are my tips. And if I will probably think of a lot more, but oh well. So yeah, I'm going to bed. That's all I have for tonight. Sorry for the rambling. I'm tired. Good night.